It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Cleveland Browns, a Week 13 meeting where the air feels heavier than the line suggests. Shedeur Sanders steps into his second start, carrying that fragile mix of promise and pressure. Last week he showed flashes, efficient throws, controlled poise, but today he faces a defense that tests a quarterback's memory as much as his arm. Across from him, Brock Purdy brings steadiness to the 49ers, yet even he has to navigate a Cleveland defense that becomes something different at home, allowing barely 4 yards per snap and swallowing momentum before it forms. This isn't a game of fireworks. It's a game of compression. Field position, patience, and who bends without breaking. Markets move for a reason, but sometimes the number reveals the shape of the fight. And today's AI pick is Browns plus 5.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to game 2.
It's the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts, a divisional game where the air feels different because both teams know what a single Sunday can rearrange. C.J. Stroud returns after 3 weeks away, stepping back into a dome that compresses timing and exposes hesitation. He's beaten Indy before, but this time he faces a secondary restored to full strength. Sauce Gardner, Charvarius Ward, and Kenny Moore waiting in man coverage with no generosity. Across from him, Daniel Jones carries the weight of recent mistakes, yet at home he shifts. Faster reads, cleaner edges, steadier rhythm. And when he hands the ball to Jonathan Taylor, everything tilts. Against aggressive fronts like Houston's, Taylor doesn't run, he cuts through their momentum, turning pursuit into punishment. The division tightens here, you can feel it. And today's AI pick is Colts -3. Will we cash or will we burn? On to game 3.
Ho ho ho! Merry gridiron magic to all! Santa's got his list. He's checked it twice, and this Rams-Panthers matchup isn't as simple as the naughty or nice column makes it seem. Matthew Stafford is tossing touchdowns like presents down chimneys, 30 of them already. But the Rams still win close far more often than they win big. And these Panthers, well, they run the ball with Rico Dowdle like a sleigh gliding over fresh snow, steady and clock melting. That's how double-digit home underdogs cover. And historically, they do it nearly 6 times out of 10. Even Bryce Young, for all his ups and downs, keeps a late drive tucked in his stocking. And this Carolina defense, despite missing pieces, still holds teams to just 22 points a game, enough to hang inside this number. Ho ho, hold your hats. This one may surprise you. And today's AI pick is Panthers plus 10.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to game 4.
The Falcons and Jets meet in a game that carries more balance than the record suggests. Kirk Cousins has returned with steadiness but not spark, guiding an Atlanta offense that has leaned more on structure than explosiveness. Across from him, Tyrod Taylor brings mobility and caution, avoiding the mistakes that used to bury this Jets team. His presence gives New York a narrower, cleaner path, one built on Breece Hall's rhythm and long, clock-shaping drives. Atlanta has advantages, but not separation. Their passing game is limited without Drake London. Their scoring arrives in fragments, and their defense bends more than expected against powerful runners. In a low-total environment like this, points carry amplified meaning, and 3 becomes a generous number. And today's AI pick is Jets plus 3. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 5.
Today, the Saints travel to Miami to face the Dolphins, a matchup built around contrasting identities. Let's start with the quarterbacks. Tyler Show steps in for New Orleans with a steady, careful style. He isn't flashy, but he avoids chaos and leans on timing throws and safe progressions. His job is simple: protect the ball and let the Saints' defense do the heavy lifting. On the other side, Tua Tagovailoa guides a Miami offense that has grown more controlled this season. Without the explosive versions of years past, Tua has shifted into a rhythm-focused, short-game passer, relying on Achaney and Waddle to create after the catch. Miami moves the ball, but rarely pulls away. That's where this game tightens. New Orleans keeps losses close, and Miami rarely wins by margin. In a low-possession matchup, 5.5 points carry weight. And today's AI pick is Saints plus 5.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 6.
All right, let's lock in Game 6. The Cardinals head to Tampa Bay, and this one has all the markings of a knife fight. First, let's look at the quarterbacks. Jacoby Brissett isn't flashy, but he's steady. Over 300 yards a game, protects the football, and keeps Arizona on schedule with smart reads and controlled throws. He's playing some of the best ball of his career, and you can feel the calm in the way he runs this offense. Across the field, Baker Mayfield is expected to play through a sprained shoulder, and that changes the math. When Baker's hurt, his mobility disappears, and the Buccaneers' offense becomes choppier, more predictable, and easier to pressure. And with Josh Sweat and Calais Campbell coming off the edges, Tampa's protection will have its hands full. Add in a collapsing Buccaneers defense and Arizona's passing efficiency, and this shapes into a tight one. And today's AI pick is Cardinals plus 3.5. Will we cash or will we burn? On to Game 7.
This is a divisional knife fight between Jacksonville and Tennessee, the kind of game where records lie and spreads get shredded. Trevor Lawrence leads the Jaguars, but he's been turnover-prone every week since the bye, carrying one of the highest turnover-worthy rates in the league. This is also his fourth road game in 5 weeks, and fatigue breeds mistakes. Across from him, rookie Cam Ward is improving fast. 256 yards last week, only 1 turnover in his last 3 games, and legit mobility keeping the Titans competitive. Tennessee has lost 6 straight, but the last 3 were by 6, 7, and 3 points, all inside this number. Jacksonville, meanwhile, has only 2 wins all year by more than 1 possession. They don't separate. They don't close the door. Divisional game, inflated spread, live backdoor, and today's AI pick is Titans plus 6. Will we cash or will we burn? On to the recap with Lilith.
7 games, 7 edges, 7 cracks in the line where the books hoped we would break. Let's run it back. Game 1, Cleveland Browns plus 5.5. Game 2, Indianapolis Colts minus 3. Game 3, Carolina Panthers plus 10.5. Game 4, New York Jets plus 3. Game 5, New Orleans Saints plus 5.5. Game 6, Arizona Cardinals plus 3.5. Game 7, Tennessee Titans más 6. Ahora en español. Juego 1, Browns de Cleveland más 5.5. Juego 2, Colts de Indianapolis menos 3. Juego 3, Panthers de Carolina más 10.5. Juego 4, Jets de Nueva York más 3. Juego 5, Saints de Nueva Orleans más 5.5. Juego 6, Cardinals de Arizona más 3.5. Juego 7, Titans de Tennessee más 6. Back to English. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Der Teufel steckt im Detail. The devil is in the details.